Just want to give it a shout out to Breathing the Sunshine for sending me this. I'm going to go through the article a little bit, then I'm going to tell you my thoughts about it, my issues with it, and what I am doing about it. And you should be doing the same thing, or you should do the same thing anyway. This was sent to me by, as I said, Breathing Sunshine. He's one of my subscribers, and in his email, it's a private email. I don't think it would care if I said this. I'm just going to tell you what he said because he knows my position about these things, and I'll tell you my position on him here in a minute. He says, a far cry from perfect, but moving in the right direction. Um, I agree and disagree, and I'll get to why here in a second. Missouri County sheriffs will arrest feds who violate Second Amendment under Biden. So I'm not going to go through and say all my problems with the way it's written and, you know, Second Amendment rights and all that. You guys know my feeling about that. So the Commission of Newton County, Missouri passed legislation in February that will empower local law enforcement officials to arrest federal agents who attempt to violate Second Amendment rights of citizens with the county. All federal acts, laws, orders, rules, and regulations passed by federal government, and specifically any presidential administration, whether past, present, or future, which infringe on the people's right to keep and bear arms, as guaranteed by the Second Amendment, shall be invalid in this county, shall not be recognized by this county, and specifically rejected by this county, and shall be considered null and void and of no effect in this county. It goes on to say a few other things in this one little. I'm not going to read it. Well, I guess I can. The legislation also stipulates that any and all federal agents trying to enforce regulations listed in Section 1 shall be subject to arrest by the Newton County, Missouri Sheriff's Department, and the Newton County, Missouri Sheriff's Department shall be given full authority to make the arrest of any and all federal agents that violate state laws and enforce the regulations listed in Section 1. Don't know where that came from. Number one, I haven't read Section 1 of this. I'm just going off of this. I'm going to try to find it here in a little bit and read it. I have called the Sheriff's Department to ask some questions, introduce myself, with my government name from Freedom Inc. Media, and asked if they could answer some questions. The lady put me in touch with the lieutenant's voicemail. I got his voicemail. I left my number. Hopefully they call back. But here is where my problem is. Missouri Constitution, and Missouri is one of the only states with this, their constitution is written this way. I think it's only Missouri. There might be one other state. I think it's only Missouri. Missouri's constitution makes it indisputably clear, quote, the right of every citizen to keep and bear arms, ammunition, and accessories typical to the normal function of such arms in defense of his home, person, and family and property, or when lawfully summoned in aid of the civil power shall not be questioned. And that should be the end of the quote. Now, my problem is this. If you are, as a county, if you're going to say, we are not enforcing these laws, federal government, and if you come to enforce them, we are going to treat you as a criminal that you are and arrest you. Why are they not doing this for all laws that are infringements? Why just the federal laws? Because from what I know, most state laws mirror federal laws. Right? So if there's a federal law saying, for instance, you can't have a machine gun. In most states, there's a state law saying that you can't have a machine gun. To me, here's what I see happening here. Federal agents get some information. This person has an illegal firearm. All they're going to do is call the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department's going to go arrest that person. Same outcome. If you're going to do it all the way. That is my problem with this. This is a pacifier for those that are on the county board or whatever they call their county, policymakers for re-election. That's all it is. It's a pacifier for re-election, just like Second Amendment sanctuaries. Call those sheriffs and ask what laws they quit enforcing, what unconstitutional laws they quit enforcing when they became a Second Amendment sanctuary, and they start stuttering because they don't. It's pacification, and that's all this is. It's not going to lead to less people losing their lives to government agents. It's not going to lead to less people going to jail for doing nothing more than being free. I don't see it doing anything really dramatic. And now I voice my opinion about the Missouri Second Amendment Preservation Act. I happen to have a friend that is, if there's this many people. Actually, there's one, two. David Burton was one of the guys that was involved in it. There's three or four gentlemen that are really involved in this Second Amendment Preservation Act in Missouri. I get it. I understand why what they're trying to do. But if the government creates a law saying that you have the right, that is no longer a right. That is a privilege. That is my problem with that, just like is my problem with this. They are creating a privilege out of your right. But if, for the sake of argument, let's just say that's not their goal. Why are they only making it so the Missouri County Sheriff's Department can arrest federal agents? Why not state and county cops that violate people's rights? Are they going to? I mean, since it's in the Missouri Constitution, surely the guy in Missouri doesn't have laws prohibiting felons or the mentally ill from owning firearms, or people that have that are domestic abusers, right? No, of course they have those laws, and they'll enforce them. When I like I said, I called. I made a video about it. It's no big deal. I'm not going to post it. But when I do finally get somebody on the phone and I do make a video about it, I'm definitely going to post it. So I will leave a number in the link. I'll leave a number in the description. I will leave this link in the description. Please call Newton County, Missouri, and ask them, the sheriffs there, the hard questions, guys. If we're not going to abolish the police, we have to check them, and you have to check them. If we don't enforce the Constitution, they're not going to obey it.